And welcome back to Let's Play Gabriel Knight 1, Sins of the Fathers. I'm Wodball, and I'm your long player for today. Well, I'm your long player every day for this game. In any case, let's get back to where we were before. I'm sorry for my absence. I've been occupied with real life, as other Let's Play players are. And also, I managed to snag a TiVo. Yay for me! I'm just trying things out, as my cable company is forcing me to upgrade to digital cable. Let me know what you think about this kind of situation, where people's cables are being cut off because they refuse to provide analog service anymore. Now, the FCC said that we were safe. Apparently we're not, but I'm paying the same price for basically the same television, and I'm getting on demand, so I'm not complaining just yet. Anyway. When last we saw Gabriel, he was thrown out of the Getty house after flirting with her. Oh boy. It's more likely that his flirting skills weren't exactly up to snuff. As, well, just review the last video and you'll find out what he said. In any case, where do we go? So, I don't know. Let's check out some more Voodoo references, since it is Gabriel's book, right? So, we got that icon Moonbeam residence from Dr. John, who had recommended us to see Ms. Moonbeam for current Voodoo practices in New Orleans. So let's go there.
Welcome, Seeker. You must be the one Dr. John called me about.
I guess so. My name is...
Wait? Gabriel Knight?
You're too quick for me.
Actually, Dr. John told me. You have come to the right place, Mr. Knight. Tell me how I can help.
Now this is the Voodoo N of modern Voodoo, Magentia Moonbeam. Actually, in the novelization of this book, Jane Jensen actually wrote 2 novelizations of her first 2 Gabriel Knight games. She did appear to be psychic for at least a few minutes before Gabriel, being the dumbass that he was, finally figured out that she got the call from Dr. John. Anyway, let's get set. Let's take a look around what we've got.
Magentia Moonbeam is wrapped in gauze and silks. She looks vaguely mysterious and mysteriously vague. A large, sluggish snake rests on the floor of the fancy bird cage. Apparently, Magentia is not a fastidious housekeeper. A shed skin shares the cage with its original owner.
Now that's something. Shed skin. We'd gotten a scale before, right?
Gabriel magnifies the scale from the lake. The iridescent scale is brilliantly hued with greens and purples.
Since we have this evidence that the police didn't get, we should try to help them out and see if we can get other samples. Anyway, she has a snake that's shed its skin. Now, shedding skin might possibly yield us a scale of some kind. So let's be on the lookout for any opportunities that may present themselves.
The mask is made of carved wood and looks African. The shelf holds a variety of unusual objects, the kind of thing Gabriel refers to as junk. A large crystal ball is prominently displayed. It's a large cluster of quartz crystals. The Moonbeam residence looks like a cross between a voodoo temple and a Victorian fortune teller's parlor, by way of Haight Street. It's an old-fashioned parlor lamp, hung with crystals.
Dr. John tells me you're a voodoo practitioner of some kind.
Yes, I am a voodoo yen, a voodoo priestess.
Do you get many people in here on an average day?
Some days the need for my power is greater than others. But I have many regular clients who would be lost without my vision, Mr. Knight.
I can imagine. That's a great-looking mask on the wall.
It's from Africa, a gift to me from Queen Tabitha.
Do you know Dr. John well?
Oh, yes, we are old friends. Those with gifts are often drawn together.
So, let's say I came to you wanting to attract a woman. Well, what would you advise?
Oh, I wouldn't think you'd have any trouble attracting women, Mr. Knight.
No. I guess I don't.
Except for Malia who threw him out.
So, what advice do you give your clients?
I tell them to follow the light, beware of the darkness, and always get expert spiritual advice from someone with the sight.
That's what I thought you'd say.
Well, that's one way to get business, right?
So, let's...
Okay, let's ask her some questions.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Of course, Seeker.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
My practice is mainly selling charms and potions with magic power, such as Gris and voodoo oils. You know, everything from unrequited love to wandering spouses to winning a lawsuit. But my spells and charms are powerful, and they work.
Remember, this is the Sierra universe, not the real world. But let's just keep our sense of, our suspension of belief. Suspension of reality, as it is.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Much of a voodoo yen's work is protecting her clients from the spell of others. I make special protective Gris to be worn in secret. They keep evil spells from working against my clients.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
The recipes for voodoo charms have been handed down from master to apprentice for centuries.
What can you tell...
I have told you all it is proper for you to know, Monsieur Knight.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Why, that has nothing to do with me and my clientele. But I can tell you that you should stay as far from it as possible. There is badness there. Very bad.
Now she's sounding like a bad oracle. Now, I like Magentia. I think her stuff actually does work in this game. But sometimes soothsayers get to me.
So you don't think the voodoo aspects of the case are fake?
Fake? Let me tell you about fake. If I get information through the grapevine and make use of it, is that fake? No, that is part of a voodoo yen's power. If people don't believe, there is not much I can do. But if they do believe, that is a part of my power too. But there are things, monsieur, things not even a little bit fake, I can tell you. Believe it or not, but stay away from it.
Huh, that's different. That's different from what the police said. The police said it was fake, as did the newspapers. I'm starting to like her a little bit more.
What do you mean? Do you know something about the case?
I work hard on fine-tuning my spiritual antenna, Monsieur Knight, and I get a clear signal from that direction. Beware.
Okay, she's back to soothsayer level again.
What do you mean?
I work...
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is the center of voodoo practice in the United States.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is a fascinating city with many dark secrets.
What do you mean?
Sorry about that.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is my favorite place in the world.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is my...
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? You mean like my beloved Grimwald? She's a python, you know. Quite deadly in the wrong hands. I was trained by one of the great voodoo queens to learn how to hypnotize and handle snakes.
Tell me more about snakes.
Oh, I wouldn't want to give away my trade secrets.
What's the significance of St. John's